Hi there, and welcome to Celeb Hut. You all, it appears as though Ben is going to drop a few significant stumbles about Jlo's past with Diddy and what went down with Cassie. You all caught wind of the FAD attempting to resume that entire wreck from 1999 at the club, right? Well, the word on the roads is that they continue to uncover more soil on Jlo's association with Diddy, and it's making things extremely chaotic. Yet get this, accurate is near JLA when Ben spilled the tea that this entire Did show is overburdened their all-around precarious marriage. Like, genuinely, it resembles watching the best romantic tale never told, transformed into a directly up cleanser. Opa, yet in the event that that is not chaotic enough, there are presently reports that the straw that broke the camel's back for Ben was the point at which he found Jlo's supposed mystery undertaking with Diddy, implying that Jlo had supposedly been going behind his back with Diddy this whole time. Now, Hollywood has had a few insane shows, but this show is more than ever. I needed an update from them. Teabags, I got a full-blown box of popcorn, and you all would rather not miss a solitary succulent detail. He became sort of a guide to me at that time. We had this sort of insane, wild relationship, and that finished in like a bang, suppose? So with this new buzz around, Diddy fans have been jumping into his past and examining his past connections, and one name that continues to come up is Jennifer Lopez. Some time ago, from 1999 to 2001, Jay and Diddy were a definitive power couple. Diddy was a central part in the music business, while Jlo was one of the most blazing pop stars around. There have been murmurs that their relationship could have been muddled, but Jayla hasn't freely commented on those reports. What she is focused on, however, is the misfortune she felt when Diddy cheated on her. Diddy undermining Jennifer was not shocking, however, even that he has a background marked by undermining each and every one of his exes, like each and every final remaining one of them in a 2003 meeting. With Energy magazine, you all recall via right. Well, Joe focused on how she had an outlook on his cheating, and she said it was whenever I first was with somebody who wasn't steadfast, I was in that frame of mind with where I was absolutely crying insane and going crazy. It truly took for what seems like forever in a TSP. She proceeded to uncover that, despite the fact that she never discovered him. In the act, her senses told her that he was undermining her. She said, I can't recall at this moment yet. I won't say it didn't occur. I never got him yet. Years pondering where someone is at 3:0 in the first part of the day anyway. Others figured Jlo could have really made a difference. Did he perpetrate and conceal his wrongdoings? Take the 1999 New York City going, for instance. As you presumably heard, the fans are looking at resuming the case since they have new motivations to accept Jlo could have been Diddy's associate in that episode. Little Pole was additionally named in his claim where he said Mr. Cole shared that he was answerable for the club in New York City with rapper Sparkle. He shared that Craftsman and Mr. Combs' better half at the time. Jennifer Lopez, otherwise known as J-Lo, conveyed the P into the club for himself and passed him the P after he got into a fight with another individual. For setting this episode occurred December 28, 1999, at a club in Times Square, Manhattan, New York. Diddy. JLA, when a couple of individuals from Diddy's Terrible Kid record were at the club celebrating the up-and-coming arrival of Sparkle's collection, and Sparkle was Awful Kid's most recent sign yet. As they were leaving, Diddy coincidentally chanced upon this man named Matthew Allen, otherwise called Scar. This saved an application, and out of nowhere, shots were discharged, with Diddy shooting haphazardly in a frenzy. Diddy and Jlo attempted to run away from the area in a vehicle, and some way or another idea it was really smart to leave the weapon in the storage compartment, and to exacerbate the situation, they ran a stoplight while escaping and got pulled over. Firearm was found, prompting their capture. Their mugshots were taken, and at this point, Jayla was supposedly crying all around the station. In the interim, Diddy attempted to escape what is happening by attempting to pay off his driver into guaranteeing responsibility for P-Pom. When that didn't work, he got his legal advisors to nail all that to Sparkle, including recruiting misleading observers to affirm against Sparkle individuals was coming to Awful Kid security, Paul and others, and said that they were there, so they were giving them the DA's, and the legal counselor's card and advice. See him to go make a articulation, and a portion of those individuals who offering expression, they was offering expressions against Sean I brother, pay attention to me, you all conference it from me. However, Scene said it himself in his meeting, you expected to be my sibling, and you got individuals affirming against me. Those individuals were affirming they were brought to Puff first, saying that what they saw against Sparkle, what they saw Sean do the day, didn't have the foggiest idea about those individuals existed. Ultimately, every one of the charges against Diddy were dropped, and Timid went to jail for a long time prior to being ousted to accept where he initially came from. Yet, notwithstanding the result of the case, many individuals actually accept Joe could have been Diddy's assistant. That evening. Now, when one of Diddy's legal counselors attempted to divert from this talk while addressing the adjudicator, saying, "I couldn't say whether you know this judge yet. This individual, Jennifer Lopez, is an exceptionally popular entertainer. To think Mr. Combs is strolling around with her with a stack. It's crazy to such an extent that it inspires bigger thoughts, and that is fundamentally the way in which they pulled off the wrongdoing supposedly to some degree for some time yet. At this point, the federal authorities accept that they have more data, proposing that Jlo was without a doubt Diddy's assistant. Furthermore, there are reports that Jlo could have played more dynamic parts in Diddy's association. Even after their separation, explicitly a few whisperers proposed that Jlo assisted Diddy with his activities towards Cassie. A typical topic in these claims against Diddy is just the casualties guarantee that he had an organization of empowering agents permitting him to execute his way of behaving without confronting results. Yet in Cassie's claim, she depicted how, after Diddy mishandled her, she would stow away in her loft, acknowledging there was nobody to report him to due to his gigantic power. She even expressed in the claim each time his venture attempted to take off Mr. Combs and his strong organization would drive her once again to him. Now Cassie didn't spill all the tea on who precisely is a piece of Diddy's internal circle of his strong organization, yet Elbar most certainly gave us the scoop in his claim. It turns out this circle incorporates hotshot music executives, like Diddy's own help. In different business, Diddy used to run his show with rumors from far and wide suggest that Jlo was in on it, also helping Diddy pull off his tricks supposedly. Even Ben Affleck appears to accept that Jlo was effectively engaged with Diddy's activities, and word on the road is that this was the straw that broke the camel's back in Ben and Jlo's now rough marriage. Now Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez have been media magnets of late, particularly after Jlo's most recent Tasks bomb. She dropped a 3-section party with a collection called This Is Me Now, a melodic film named This Is Me Currently Romantic Tale, and a narrative about her relationship with Ben called The Best Romantic Tale Ever Told. This should be some legendary, profound plunge into Jlo and Ben's romantic tale and her self-awareness throughout the long term, yet rather no one minded. It was only a gigantic lemon in the collection, which was intended to commend the commemoration of her 2002 sister collection, This Is Me. Then, at that point, just sold around 14,000 duplicates in the primary week, scarcely made a blip on the board. 200 documentary was a much greater fiasco, overseeing just to show Jlo in an uncomplimentary light, and she certainly became a web sensation discussing I'm Only Jenny from the block. Still, people have been savaging her constant on TikTok. And to finish it off, it worked out that Jlo needed to take care of everything for everything since no one in her inward circle needed to contact it with the A10F'd post, supposedly not even her hubby Ben Affleck. I surmise they generally smelled fiasco from a pretty far and ran for the heels. Yet did that prevent Jlo? No, she poured an incredible $20 million of her own money into the undertaking just to watch it flop currently. This epic disappointment of Jlo's project was a significant humiliation for Ben too, to such an extent that he began doing the big-name likeness of the Irish good, but discreetly attempting to reduce most, if not all, connection with Jlo at the center of attention. Definitely. You all on page 6 as of late announced that the marriage is on the rocks since Ben is worn out from being hitched to her. Evidently, he has woken up about his faltering union with Jlo and realizes they are set out toward a separation as per page 6. A source told them solely that assuming there was a method for separating from on the grounds of impermanent madness, Ben Woody feels like the most recent 2 years was only a fever dream, and he's woken up and comprehends it is basically impossible that this will work now as of now. B can't scarcely conceal the way that he can't stand Jlo, so when B and Joe were making the rounds over the course of the end of the week, it resembled watching an unscripted TV drama unfurl. Ben appeared to be undeniable. I bothered as they meandered through a parking structure, attempting to get into Soho House. All these bits of hearsay are truly laying out an image that Ben and Jlo are truly prepared to tap out. However, really the majority of us have had an inclination that they've been very nearly a separation for some time now. I mean, how often have we seen Ben simply walking around with Jlo seeming as though he'd prefer be elsewhere? And who can fail to remember that espresso run from some time back? The Papa Razi Sia Yu been seeming to be a foreboding shadow, and when he opened the entryway for Zhou, it resembled he nearly hammered it in front of her. Ben attempted to put it on the paparazzi, irritating him. However, come on, we saw this show. Subscribe Celeb Hut for more videos.